name is Tanya Kerr with T. Kerr Property Group, and as you know, we are a full-service real estate company, so we make sure our clients' needs are taken care of, whether that is insurance or pest control. So today we have Mike Swallow with J&M Pest Control, and he's a character. Okay, so not on film. Have you ever been on film before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think I've been caught on film before a few times.
So we've been caught once.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk today about termites.
Right.
Because a lot of times in an inspection, now most inspectors are not licensed in doing termite inspections, those sorts of things. So they hire that out, they bring you in, that sort of thing for a termite inspection. And then you guys label conducive conditions and those sorts of things. But the termite is actually a pretty fascinating little bug. So give us some quick schooling on the termite, and then we can talk about the destruction.
So termites cause a lot of damage, more than fires in the United States.
Really?
Oh yes, much more, like 5 times. So they're very dangerous, especially around in Texas. It's not, if you're going to get them, it's when.
Is there a worse termite? I've heard the California termite is worse than the Texas termite. Is that true?
Probably, because they're harder to exterminate. They have
Okay.
to tint the building, and
Okay.
yeah. There's different terminology for the different termites. Drywood termites is probably what most people are talking about. But there's some others on the coast that ate my grandmother's house down,
Oh, really?
called Formosan termites.
That sounds like, they sound like the worst
They
termite
eat
of all.
3 times as fast. So,
Okay.
but so far we don't find very many in this area.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's good. And there's some drywood. I found some a couple months ago. Had to call in my friends from Houston. They're going to come tint the whole. It's a 4-plex,
Okay.
so they're going to have to tint it.
So what is somebody looking for as far as, let's say, if they're worried they might have termites, or would they even know?
It's very difficult. Usually during swarm season, which is April and May, the temperature and the humidity are just right for the termites to swarm, and that's how they repopulate other areas. Is they send out alates, or reproductives, if you will, and those alates meet hopefully with some other alates from a different colony.
Okay.
And then they're looking for a moist place for the queen to lay their eggs. Of course, all the males die, and then the one becomes the queen.
Really?
Yeah,
So like they're like ants like it, that, correct?
just like ants do.
Okay.
Yes, they're very social insect with different castes
Okay.
within the colony. One of the castes is the reproductives.
Okay,
So, yeah.
got it.
And termites are working in your wall without you being aware. And they have to be at least 5 years old before they swarm to be a big enough colony to swarm. So if you do get a swarm, they've been there 5 years.
Really?
They've done quite a bit of damage. They eat 3 board feet per year on average.
Really?
Fortunately, it's not all the same board. Otherwise, your house would collapse in that spot.
Yeah.
So they fan out. They just keep fanning out. They'll eat, we have gypsum board or sheetrock, whatever you want to call it, drywall. There's so many names, but it's all the same. It's gypsum sandwiched between 2 layers of what? Cellulose. So the termites will bore through the gypsum and eat the paper, but they don't like the paint. But you can find, if you see a dirt spot on the wall, there's a kick-out hole where they push in their waste out of that hole, and they'll leave a little dirt around it. A lot of people just wipe it off
Yes,
and
but
think
that's a
it's
red
nothing.
flag. Yeah.
Yeah, and wonder what that was. But you can go with your thumb and usually find the channels that they use to get there.
You gave me an interesting fact earlier about termites, and you said you probably won't find it interesting, and I thought it was super fascinating. What's that fact?
Okay. Termites can't digest wood without this special protozoa that's in their gut.
Okay.
And when they're born without the protozoa, so they have to get it. So they do eat the adult's poop,
In order
and
to
they
get it.
get that protozoa in their gut, and now they're able to fully digest cellulose.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a diet.
not a fun fact.
Wood and poop. What a diet.
Yeah.
Okay, so when people are, in their home, what are some things that are big no-nos? Number one, like firewood against the house. Big no-no. What are some other big no-nos for
Anytime
conducive
wood's in direct contact with the soil, it's
Okay.
now termite bait.
conditions? Okay.
Even your hardwood and mulch you're seeing in the garden beds and stuff like that, even though it's great for your plants and all that, it's terrible because it's attracting termites.
Okay.
They will eat it. And cedar is a better choice, but after time, the oil in the cedar that has insecticidal properties leaches out, and they'll also eat cedar
Okay.
fences, cedar poles that
Okay.
on pergolas and stuff like that.
Okay.
So they'll eventually be able to eat it.
So how frequently should somebody have you over to check their house for termites, or what is that?
If they have quarterly pest control or any other frequency, at least once a year, maybe once a
Okay.
year is a good. Not a whole lot's going to happen within a year.
Okay.
Yeah, but just know that a visual inspection is just that. It's probably about 65% accurate because we can't see through the bathroom walls and what's going on underneath there. So we can't see through it. We're looking for signs that they leave us, and that's not always the best indicator. But that's all we can do. It's a non-destructive inspection.
Right. Right. And termites are super destructive.
Absolutely.
I've seen some real doozies.
People go to remodel their bathroom, and it winds up costing so much to fix the damage they find when they tear the walls out. They can't really, it sets them back, or they might not be able to get the bathroom they wanted.
Right.
Because now they're doing the infrastructure because
Right.
of the termite damage.
Right.
I see that quite often.
So now Mike is my pest control guy, and so you see you go to all of my properties and check them out. We've had some fun with termites on one of them, and so I have quarterly pest control, and that's the right thing to do, right?
Quarterly is by far the most economical, and
Okay.
it works really well. We have a very low callback rate,
Okay.
but you have a warranty anyway. So quarterly, the materials basically last about 45 days, and they're pretty well dead. So we're asking this to go 90 days. So we have procedures we use to control the bugs far enough off your property that even that 45 days where their half-life has been reached, the chemicals, you're still not getting any bugs. So it works really well, but by the end of that quarter, we really need to be reapplying it. So
Okay, last question. Scorpions, can you do anything to get rid of those?
well, scorpions are pretty hardy, and just about everything we throw at them, they can just go dormant until that 45 days is gone, and they come back to life. They're very hardy insects. But what do they eat?
I don't know. What
They eat bugs.
do they?
Yes. So in time, if we get rid of all your bugs,
Oh, then why would scorpions want to be there?
you wouldn't have any scorpions.
Interesting. Got it. Okay. Take away the food source. Okay. Well, fantastic. So you have my very favorite tagline of all time. So you want to do it together? I'll do the back part. Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Well, pest control looks easy,
But it's murder.
but it's murder.
All right. Well, Mike, thank you very much for being here. How can people reach you if they want their quarterly pest control?
They can call Pepper at 512-294-0119, and she'll be glad to set them up for either an inspection or quarterly pest control.
Perfect. Pepper is his lovely wife.
Yes.
So, yeah. And
Yes.
And Mike has a lot of stories, lots of good stories. So, all right. Well, Mike, thank you for being here. And I think we'll continue this conversation.
Oh, thank you.
Brought to you by T. Kerr Property Group.